Hi everyone, welcome to GK video class 7th and we are on chapter volcanoes. In last video I had given you homework. I have received homework from 2 students. Okay, so I will not speak much about it. So let's continue. Volcanoes, you must have studied in SST also about volcanoes. So volcanoes are vents in the earth's crust through which hot lava, ash and gases escape as eruptions due to buildup of pressure under the crust. So vents are the vent. See, this is the vent. This is the vent from which hot air, lava, then ash. This is the ash comes out. Okay, so that is vent. Vent means the place from where things come out. Okay, it can be any place. So let out something. To let out something. So, and if pressure builds here, if pressure increases here, there's all the things it comes out. The vents are points in the crust where tectonic plates join or split. Now what a actual vent here in case of volcanoes? The vents are the points in the crust where tectonic plates, which are also called lithospheric plate, are joined or split. So from there the vent is formed. Volcanoes can be extinct. Now these are the types of volcanoes. First type is extinct type. Second is dormant. First is extinct, second is dormant, and third is active. What is extinct? Which are unlike to erupt again. Means from extinct means which are died once. Means there is no possibility that lava or other eruptions will take place. So it is called dead volcano. It is extinct volcano means it's a dead volcano. Means what? There are no chances of lava to come out. Okay, that process has stopped here. But if you see dormant, not erupted recently but could become active again, means it is cool from long time, but there are chances that eruption can take place. Eruption means to come out. What to come out? Lava and all to come out. Okay, so what is dormant? Nearby time it has not erupted, but there are chances that it can be erupted, not like extinct one, that is dead one, but could become active again. Active, known to erupt at intervals at any time. Active volcano means any time eruption can take place. Okay, so there are over 1500 volcanoes on the earth, of which 80 are under the sea. So it is said on superficial level that there are 1500 volcanoes on the 80 are under the sea. Okay, so you can see the picture also. Okay, yeah, let's see, name these active volcanoes using the clues. This is the largest active volcano on the earth, located in Hawaii, USA. So that is Mauna Loa. This is an active volcano on Tenerife in the Canary Islands, Spain, that is Mount Teide. Pronunciations can be different. This is an active volcano in Java, Indonesia, which spews smoke regularly. That is Mount Merapi, which gives out smoke regularly. Africa's most active volcano is the volcano in the Democratic Republic of Congo. That is Mount Nyiragongo. Okay, Mount Nyiragongo. That is in Africa. Europe's highest and most active volcano is Mount Etna in Sicily, Italy. So Mount Etna's, I think you must have heard it before also, because it is very active. You must have seen in the news also. This is the southernmost active volcano on the planet, located in Antarctica. See, in Antarctica also there are volcanoes, that is Mount Erebus. This active volcano is considered to be one of the 3 sacred mountains in Japan. What is the meaning of sacred? Sacred means something which is related to God. Okay, it is considered as something that is related to God. So that is Mount Fuji. This is also very famous. Mount Fuji is very famous. This volcano is located in the Cascade Range of the Pacific coast in the Washington state, USA. That is Mount Rainier. Okay, so this you will complete. Now let's see. Let us see. Submarine volcanoes are volcanoes that originate from ocean floor. In shallow water, steamy and rocky debris break water surface. In deep water, the weight of the water prevents an explosive release. So the volcanoes which are under the sea, mostly because of water, because of water, the explosion is not taking place so severely compared to the volcanoes which are there on the earth. Name these events that can accompany a major volcanic eruption. You can see here falling ash. What is the meaning of falling ash? So you can see the picture. Falling ash. What is the meaning of falling ash? Meaning of falling ash is rain of airborne ash. Means once the volcanic eruption takes place, automatically the ash surrounds the volcano, because ash is coming out from the volcano and it is spreading in the air. So it is also called as falling ash because it falls from the air only. It is also known as rain of airborne ash. Falling ash means rain of airborne ash. Now flash floods can happen. Greenhouse gas emissions can happen. Means if volcanic eruption happens, these all the different disasters can accompany a volcanic eruption. Means with volcanic eruptions, these things can happen. Then mudslides. Mudslides means sliding of mud. Okay. Tsunamis, you know it. Pyroclastic flow. What is pyroclastic flow? Pyroclastic flow is related to lava. Lava is the liquid fluid which comes out of the volcano. Okay. Which is magma. Lava flows, this you know that this thing happen when volcano eruption takes place. Then hot ash flows. This hot ash will come out of the volcano dent. Okay, so these are the things which can accompany a volcanic eruptions. Means it is not always compulsory, but it may happen. Now the Pacific Ring of Fire is an arc-like area in the Pacific Ocean where 75% of the world's dormant and active volcanoes are formed. Over 450 volcanoes are located here. Where? In the Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay. Now next is Vulcan is a mythological Roman god of fire after whom volcanoes are named. Okay. So what is Vulcan? It's a Roman god of fire on which names are being kept of for volcano. Mount Vesuvius is a dormant volcano in Italy that destroyed the towns of Pompeii and Herculaneum, which ruins are well preserved. Now, what is Mount Vesuvius? Is a dormant volcano. Means it is a volcano in Italy. That was very serious incident happened that time. That Mount Vesuvius volcano has completely destroyed Pompeii and Herculaneum cities in Italy, which are located in Italy, whose ruins means damaged part. The city is completely damaged and the damaged city is preserved for tourists. Okay. So both the cities were completely covered by the ash. It is said like that. So magma is the name given to liquid rock inside a volcano. This you know very well. Geysers are hot springs that erupt when underground water gets heated by volcanic rock or magma and rises to the surface of the earth. Okay. Now what are geysers? Hot springs, hot fountains you can say. Okay. So not fountains exactly, hot springs only because of the volcanic activities under the earth's surface. Acid rain. Acid rain is the term used for precipitation that has absorbed atmospheric pollutants such as those from volcanic activity or from burning of fossil fuel. You know this acid rain very well, where in whichever place pollution is more because of the, the air, because of, the causes of air pollution. Okay, smoke, factories, vehicles. So because of that, all the chemicals or all the different types of ashes, they go in air and they fall into the form of acid rain, all the chemicals. Okay, So sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, water vapor, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide are all examples of volcanic gases. Means these all gases come out of volcanic eruptions. So the name for the molten rock created deep beneath the earth's surface and expelled during an eruption is called as lava. Okay. Not lava phone. Now life in the desert. So a desert in an area that has very little precipitation, sparse vegetation and infertile soil. So what is an area? What is desert? Desert is little precipitation. Precipitation means the rains are very less, and less, since rains are less vegetation, that is less greenery, and soil is not fertile for any kind of irrigation. Okay, so desert make up a third of the earth's land surface. They are classified into various types based on their temperature, humidity, location, type of precipitation and total precipitation. There are 4 types of deserts, namely hot and dry, semi-arid. Arid means very dry, means, and very dry and very little, with very little rain. Coastal and cold. So these are all the types of desert. Creatures and plants that survive in the desert need to have specialized adaptations that can help them to live in such a harsh environment. Okay, so the hair on its body can detect changes in air temperatures. It also has a flexible diet. Scorpion. So the hair on its body can detect changes in air temperature. It is also flexible. It also has a flexible diet. So it is scorpion. Okay, that animal is scorpion with the said quality. It can survive for months. It can survive for months and with minimal water by eating sources of water such as fresh grass and flower. That is tortoise. Their leaves have been modified as spines which collect moisture from dew and fog, and their waxy coating minimizes evaporation. Photosynthesis happens in the stems rather than in the leaves. It is cacti. You know what is cacti's speciality? That it does not have leaves. It is said that than leaves, but it does not. Cactus plant. Cacti is the plural of cactus. So cactus plants does not have leaves. They have only stem. The green part which you can see of cactus is nothing but stem. Okay, so why leaves are not there? Leaves are not there so that evaporation in normal language, transpiration doesn't take place. Why what is transpiration? When water goes out from leaves, okay, through stomata. So if already water scarcity is there in desert, so to avoid all this transpiration going out of water from the leaves, they have special protection of waxy layer which doesn't allow water to go out from the stem easily. It keeps large stores of fat in its humps to use when water or food is scarce. Its long eyelashes shields the eyes during dust storms. Of course, camel, this you know very well. It gets its water from the process of metabolism while digesting fats and carbohydrates. Its kidneys are modified to make its urine as concentrated as possible so it can extract through water from the food it eats. Kangaroo rat. Kangaroo rat is a rodent which stays in desert. So it has the qualities which are given here. You can read these qualities. Just you can, if you note all these things, you will just see that these are the animals which have adopted in a place where there is very little vegetation, where little greenery is there and water scarcity is there. Okay, so their body is adapted in that way that they need very little water. Due to shortage of food in the desert, this bird scavenges for food, which is the practice of eating dead animals, that is vulture. It leads a nocturnal life, so it is active in the nights when it is cooler. Its large ears So vultures, you know, that eat dead animals. So it leads a nocturnal life. Nocturnal means, okay, so it is active in the nights. Nocturnal means to be active in the night. Okay, it is given clearly here. When it is cooler, its large ears help it to release body heat. It is fennec fox. It is able to tolerate extremely high temperature. Desert iguana. Okay, so today's homework is complete page number 11, page number 12 and 13. Why I have given this homework is National Parks of India. This will go easy to you. This is about National Parks of India. Okay. So homework is page number 11, 12 and 13. With this we'll stop here. We'll see in the next video. Thank you so much and please take care.